Well, fantastic, and thank you very much, Daniel Wahome. Indeed, on 1st of August, the National Championship of Term 2 ball games will be kicking off here in Kisumu County, and is rightly put it was supposed to be held in Kisii County. But of course, the person who can actually put us up to speed of exactly what happened and why they have moved it to Kisumu County is right here, the Secretary General of the Nyanza for Kenya Secondary Schools Sports Association, Thomas Odhiambo, is actually right here with me on the set, and he'll be talking about that and of course many other issues as pertains that championship that is set to kick off on 1st of August. And Odhiambo, welcome. And the first question then will be, why Kisumu County, and why have we moved it from Kisii County?
Thank you so much. I would want to say that I'm so much impressed by Kisumu County with what we have seen. We know that this is our city, and when we talk about Nyanza, it is Kisumu coming up first. So the reason why we have diverted this thing from Kisii to Kisumu is one, we realized that the stadium was not ready in Kisii. We tried playing there, but immediately the rain started. We could not be able to use the pitch the following day. So that one means that we could not be able to wait for that stadium to be ready. So because the days were going and we now have like 1 week to go, it forced us now to move from Kisii down to Kisumu because we have stadiums in Kisumu. We would wish to say that the main reason about movement particularly is we wanted a place where we can be able to take care of our fan base. In Nyanza, we have so many supporters of sports, we have so many supporters of soccer, and so it reaches a point whereby if we go to a secondary school, if you go to any school in the pitches, it becomes too crowded to an extent whereby even if we look at the security, they may not be able to take care of the fans that we are having. So these are the major reasons that makes us to shift these games from Kisii, and we are now expecting to have them in Kisumu. Yes.
Odhiambo, the lovers of this sport will be looking at you and asking themselves, how prepared are we in terms of ensuring that when we factor in what has ensured that you move these sports from Kisii to Kisumu County, but also cognizant of the fact that these championships have been dogged by fan trouble. The question then is that how do you ensure the safety of the players and those who will actually be attending this particular championship?
Thank you. I want to say that we are far much prepared because when we talk about the fan trouble, it is about the fans being able to get even up to inside the pitch. But when you talk about the stadia, it bars the fans from getting into the pitch. And so we believe that the Moi Stadia and the Jomo Kenyatta Stadia are very good stadiums, and they can easily bar the fans from getting into the pitch. All our activities are very good, well prepared, and we believe that the moment we have the stadia and the fans are kept away, they can be able to play without any problem. So our students are safe because even from the past championship, we can be able to say that it was a bit slight because we found that the fans were able to get into the pitch, and through this even the students would be able to be injured. But because of that, we are preparing ourselves so that we can be able to have very explosive matches be taken into to the stadium, so that we ensure that only those who are supposed to be in the technical bench gets inside the stadium and gets next to the pitch where they can be able to give our students the opportunity to be able to play. So I want to say that in soccer, we are going to try as much as possible so that the most explosive matches are taken to the stadium. The rest of the matches which do not have major crowds, we are just going to have them within the schools, which is also a playing ground. We can be able to manage that one.
Yeah, fantastic. We are looking at a mixed bag of former champions, relatively new teams coming into the equation. What does it portend for this championship? Is it becoming more competitive? Is it moving away from a preserve of certain schools in terms of soccer?
I believe everybody knows very well that we are moving from the 844 system. People are moving to CBC. Everything is becoming, the talent is now growing. And so I want to say that most of the teams are prepared for this. It is very lucrative if you can be able to find an opportunity to visit another country. And so in KSSA, we offer the East African Championship. And at the same time, we now have the African Championship, which are very lucrative areas where if our teachers would find the opportunity to be there, I believe this is what has created more teams to come up and to be able to at least look at the various ways of how they can be able to reach there. The preparation is well by every team in this country. And I want to say that in term 2, each and every school goes out, guns blazing, so that they can be able to manage and become the champions of a particular region.
Does it boil down to the quality of players we have in secondary schools, or does it boil down to the fact that there have been tremendous effort put in place in terms of just ensuring that there's quality coaching and skill preparation for these students?
I want to say that everybody is now exposed, and we all believe that when there is a lot of exposure, if you look at even the villages, people are now watching the English Premier League. Everybody would want to be like those players. And so I want to say that our students are also figuring out the ways in which they can be able to be the same. I want to echo that in Nyanza here we have people like Olunga.
Yes.
And Olunga is now even assisting most of the schools. They are trying to sponsor most of the academies within. And this has improved the level of students in these games. And I want to say that with the fact that KSSA is very open, and KSSA has given opportunity to every student, because the games are starting from the zonals. And we realize that if you can be able to pass the zonals, you go to the counties, you come to the regionals, it means you are being exposed well. And this opportunity goes to all schools, be it a day school, be it a small school, be it a boarding school. We realize that so many other people are coming out. And so because of the opportunity that KSSA has given out, we want to say that we are proud with KSSA because it has opened the talent area for our students. Apart from bookwork, now we are having the talent now being nurtured by our students.
Of course, the interest generated by the talent on show has seen individuals, and we're talking about Olunga, whether he's a Michael Olunga Foundation Academy, we're talking about Sami Shole, we're talking about Boniface Sambani, and many former internationals coming out to actually assist these schools in terms of getting the necessary kits and the necessary expertise in terms of participating in this event. There are those that have actually encouraged that. However, there are also that are saying that the keen interest that has actually been generated has seen many schools going out of their way, even having villagers being part of the team to just ensure that they can actually reach the nationals. How then do we ensure that indeed students are actually participating in this, or people who are actually participating in these events are actually students and not just any other person?
I want to say that it's very unfortunate if a teacher would decide to use villagers in this championship. It is very unfortunate.
And of course, that has also led to some of the, abandoning of some of the matches.
I want to say that most of the matches that we had in Nyanza were not abandoned because of ineligibility. They were abandoned because of fan trouble. And I want to say and repeat here that we do not allow villagers in our championship. And any time we realize that a team has villagers, we'll throw that team home.
Thomas, a number of schools, Kisumu Day, and a number of them actually raised concern, and the letters citing specific students in specific schools as having finished school either before or having been poached and procedurally from different schools to actually be part and parcel of the team.
Maybe what is taking place is that some do not understand the constitution very well. And that is giving us a lot of problem, because you would find that coaches are just preparing the teams, but they do not understand what is the constitution of KSSA saying. So with them, they just go out looking for players, and the moment they've got players, they include them into the pitches, only to come and realize at the end of the day that those students are ineligible. So I want to say that we need to do a lot of sensitization to these teachers and the coaches of this team, so that the right thing should be done. And I would not want to defend that villagers are getting into the championship because of the lucrative things that are there. You never know. We are human beings. And so I want to say that it is very unfortunate if somebody would decide to do that and leave students in school and use villagers, yet this championship is meant for the students. So I want to say that that is not good, and if anybody is found, he should be culpable. This person should be punished for that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
The question then that has actually been asked over the years has been the fact that the quality that we witness at or exhibited at the nationals and even the regionals is quite high. And then thereafter, what happens between high school and Premier League? Because then the quality that is there at Premier League cannot be matched with what is actually being witnessed at the championship, right? How then do we bridge the gap to ensure that indeed there's continuity of the same, and then more so that the interest generated at the regional levels is actually equal to what we actually witnessing in other sport in the regional games?
I want to say that the interest may be much, and I believe that the quality that we are having in secondary school is coming up because of these are schools. And when they are schools, we realize that there is a lot of training that is going on. These students do not play because of money. These students play because of passion. And so when things now grow and get back to money, whereby somebody realizes that he can only do something because of money, then we miss it. So I want to say that we are just improving and we are getting the quality in schools because these students are practically training in schools. These students are being coached well. These students are being taken care of well. And that is why we realize that the teams are really developing. Now, the missing link is just that the moment somebody is out of school, you realize that he would want to get to a particular team. Getting into these teams has become problems. And so these students are not being taken care of like they are being taken care of in schools. When they are outside, everything becomes money. And the moment it becomes money, we realize that we lose a lot because if that money is not there, then somebody cannot be able to put his passion on that. So this quality just comes because of the passion, and this quality becomes because of the improvement that we are having in our championship. Most of the coaches are now being trained. We have coaches that are CAFD, we have coaches that have really improved. And this training has really grown in secondary schools. Everybody would want to be a champion, and they must just be taken care of by people who are qualified. That is why we are finding a lot of improvement in our championship.
Thomas, last time I asked you this question and you were very cagey about it, right? But I'll still ask today. The host, Nyanza, you have actually, you have Kodero Bara. What are our chances when you look at the teams that have actually qualified for the nationals? What are the chances? Because each and every person who is actually coming from Nyanza will actually be looking at this championship and saying we would want to have it won by a school from Nyanza. The last time the championships actually played here, Barding clinched the trophy. What are our chances? And then two, looking at the teams that have actually qualified, we've already said that it's a mixed bag of new teams and teams that were actually there in the yesteryears but are actually now coming out strongly. Which team do you think is going to cause a lot of problems and the quality of talent on show?
I want to defend my region. The reason why I defend my region, and I believe that when a team comes out of this region, it is a good team. For you to be able to go through all the teams that we have in this region, in soccer it is normally, if not Western, then it goes to Nyanza. If not Nyanza, it may cross up over to Nairobi. The reason why it crosses over to Nairobi is that just that they pick our students to go and use in Nairobi. So soccer is either Nyanza or Western. So the team that is coming from Nyanza, that is Kodero Bara, I believe it has good football. And we have given Kodero Bara all the opportunity. They managed, they cleared all the teams in Nyanza. They were able to beat Matutu 2-1 at the finals. And so we cannot be able to say there is another team that is better than Kodero Bara. For now, we are going with Kodero Bara, and we are going to put all our foot in Kodero Bara, and we are going to support Kodero Bara as Nyanza team. So whatever we are doing is simply to ensure that we give them the best opportunity so that they can clinch for us this trophy. Trophy is always either in Nairobi, it goes to Western, or it comes to Nyanza. But let me also tell them that because we are hosting, with all the crowd that we are having and the support, we expect Kodero Bara to maintain or to take this trophy home. Yes.
In conclusion, Thomas, we saw what happened after last year's championship. The sports minister then ensured that the best boys in the national schools were actually put together and eventually played in Sakafa. We have seen a good number of them either going to play outside the country in the paid ranks, or actually joining very good academies in Europe. Do we need to continue with this process?
I think CAF, the Kenya Academy of Sports, is doing well. And I want to say that from the zonals, in fact from the counties, they posted scouts outside in every region, and I believe the scouts were doing their job well. This thing is on, and I believe that if we can be able to continue with this, the CAF will be able to get it well for Kenya. And the best talent that we're having in Kenya brought together will be able to give us a very good national team in all these events that we are talking about. And if this thing can continue well, then I believe Kenya will automatically be in World Cup, and that is in boys soccer. We have already seen it in the girls soccer. They are moving forward, and they would automatically be able to be there. Most of them are students from various schools. And I want to say that if we continue with CAF, if CAF continues with their scouting, and they bring all these students together, give them the opportunity to be able to express themselves, the talent will automatically come and will be able to be somewhere in the next 2 or 3 years. Yes.
Assurance to those who will actually be coming to watch that championship here, and the sports that will actually be coming, and the parents that will actually be watching their students participating in this particular tournament. Assurance in terms of security, and assurance in terms of ensuring that this championship is going to be top-notch.
I want to say that I want to assure Kenyans and generally members of Nyanza that we have brought for you a championship, and this championship have been held in various areas. We were in Western last year, and so this year it is Nyanza. So I want to welcome all our supporters and tell them to give an opportunity to these students that we are having. Let them showcase their talents. These people who are coming to interfere with our championship, I would want to say that just come and watch. These things that we are bringing here only comes one after 5 or 6 years because we have so many regions and they are rotating. So because it is in Nyanza, we want to ensure that we talk to the commissioner, and security is going to be paramount in every area. We are going to ensure that it is taken care of. We are going to ensure that most of the emotive matches, we tell them where they're going to take place. We are going to ensure that the areas are condoned so that they don't reach where the students are. The student security is paramount, and we have to ensure that it is them who are supposed to play. If they get injured, then we cannot be able to play. So I want to welcome everybody to this national championship, and I want to say, come and support our teams. There are so many teams we have. In soccer, we are having Kodero Bara. In girls soccer, we are having Nyakach, and we are having Alara. Alara, this is the first time they're coming in, but they clinched the regional trophy. I also want to say we have other games like netball. We have basketball, we have rugby, and the venues that we are going to use Kisumu Boys as our major venue. We are going to have some games like basketball being played at Kisumu Girls. We want to open Kenya Poly, the Kisumu Poly, so that most of the rugby can be played in Kisumu Poly. And at the same time, we are also offering members that the stadia, both stadias will be used. If there is any match that requires us to go to a stadia, then we can either be able to take it to Mamboleo, or we'll ensure that it is at Moi Stadium. We also request the county government to be to support us in this, because we are going to bring to them the economy of this particular county is going to go up because of us. All the teachers that are going to come are automatically going to spend in Nyanza.
Fantastic, Thomas. Thomas Odhiambo, the Secretary General of Kenya Schools Secondary Sports Association, Nyanza region, of course, pushing us up to speed of exactly what they're actually doing to ensure that the championship that is actually going to be held here in Kisumu County is held within the acceptable parameters. And of course, each and everyone who will actually be attending and will be watching those championships will actually enjoy. He says, of course, security is paramount, and more importantly, the talent on show is exceptional. Also remember that will be a cocktail of ball games from rugby, volleyball, netball, and of course, the big one, soccer. And he says that you come and enjoy. Back to you, Daniel Wahome.